Good afternoon, it's Mayor Turner. I was wanting to get you caught up on the latest numbers doing with COVID, and also want to give you an update on a couple of other things. Today, we'll start with the other cities around us. Amarillo is at 5535 confirmed cases. Lubbock is still climbing. Unfortunately, they're at 6295. Abilene is at 1730. San Angelo is at 2775, and our sister city is at 2676. They're having a little bit of trouble posting their numbers due to the state requiring a software change. So they are in the middle of that. Right now we have confirmed cases of 3,616. Active cases, which are the confirmed cases minus the recovered. Active cases right now, we have 726. So that number is looking good. It's starting to come down, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, we still have our deaths are at 57. So you might want to keep those families in your prayers. Talk about a couple of things that look promising. Starting to get the numbers. One of the things we talk about is the positivity rate, and that is how many out of 100 test positive. Well, we were able to watch that throughout the entire time we've been affected by COVID. Last week, if you look on the website, they keep it by weeks now so that we can look at that rate. As of last week, the positivity rate was 19.6%, which is high. The state would like that to be at about 10%, but unfortunately the state is even above the 10% currently. Right now, our positivity rate is at 17.4 for last week, which is fantastic. We're starting to see the numbers slow down some, which is exactly what we want to see. A lot of people are saying, well, it's because of the mask. It's covered because people are getting into the lifestyle. It's kind of our new normal for right now until we can get COVID behind us. I want to talk about the hospitals real quick. Medical Center has 28 patients. They have 8 that are on ventilators right now. They have 39 tests which are pending, which, as you know, that is fantastic, because remember the times when we did these and we had 400 to 500. So 39 that are processing is fantastic. ORMC, their cases are really going down. They only have 6 in the hospital, and a few of those are from outlying communities. We're still seeing people come in. I think the farthest patient they have is from Seagraves. We have some from Fort Stockton, Andrews, Reeves County, things like that. And ORMC has 17 cases 17 tests that are pending. I want to talk a little bit about the last 5 weeks. You know, we've really had an uptick, and to give you a little bit of an idea of what's happening with the numbers, on the website, it will actually show you how many cases were confirmed that week. So 5 weeks ago, there were 717 cases in 1 week that were confirmed. 4 weeks ago, it was 476. 3 weeks ago, it was 514. And then the numbers start to drop, which is exactly what we wanted to see. 2 weeks ago, it was at 468. Last week, it was at 244, which is fantastic. Our sister city, Midland, is still seeing some upticks in what they're seeing, and so we want to keep them in our thoughts and prayers. I want to talk a little bit about the mobile testing. As you recall, the city actually offered free testing. It was done with UTBB, I believe Odessa College was in it, Texas Tech, and the city. We used money that was given to us by the federal government. It's called the CARES money. You've probably heard a lot about that. But fire department, all of them did a fantastic job. Actually came in under budget for the money that we allocated, because we allocated $750,000 of the federal money that we were given to be able to test. In the final numbers ended up, they tested 1,596 individuals. They had 479 positive. They had 1,117 that were negative. One of the things we're really watching from these are the facts that people brought in carloads of people. Maybe it was an entire family, maybe it was friends riding together, but we did see a lot of positivity rate with these. So they're actually working, council was updated on this Tuesday night. The doctors that were in charge of it are actually working with a statistician to be able to drill down into those numbers. But I will get you caught up on that when I get that information. So just some interesting, they tested 771 males, 825 females. And the ethnicity, Hispanic were 1,322, non-Hispanic are 274, Asian were 16, African American 53, Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander, don't know where that is, were 7. And so those are kind of the numbers that they looked at. So we're very excited that we were able to do that, because a lot of people can't afford the test. You know, I know I've heard the test is anywhere from $200 to $350. I've heard it goes that high, but now we have, hopefully, are starting to move forward. There is some concern about school going back into session. The school district has done a fantastic job of doing everything they can with phased opening, different schedules on schools. So we will start to watch that, but we feel comfortable that hopefully we won't see a surge there. But the hospitals say they are ready, and so we will see where it goes from there. As you notice, I'm wearing yellow. This month, we will have our 1-year anniversary of the August 31st shooting. A lot of events are going to be going on, because it's a time when we continue to heal. It's a time to look back and think about what happened that day. But I wanted to give you just a brief idea of some of the things that are going to be happening. Unfortunately, with COVID, we can't have a mass gathering, a mass prayer service or something, but I do want to give you an idea of what you can do to be able to, express your feelings about what happened, your support. So beginning on August 15th and continuing till the 31st, community members will be encouraged to share stories, photos, arts, and thoughts on social media with the hashtag Odessa Strong and the hashtag A Time to Remember. All of these will be on the city website so that you can go in case you miss one or want to read it yourself. The city's public information office will be producing a video to thank our first responders for their efforts on that day. That's what I was doing this morning, was filming that. At Memorial Gardens, this is also called Buffalo Wallow. It's right across from the mall. This is where the memorial is going to be placed. So there are going to be 32 flags that will be displayed at Memorial Gardens representing the victims, as well as an Odessa Strong banner on one of the bridges, the bridge close to the mall. In addition, 1,000 smaller flags will be available at the Family Resiliency Center, the Chamber, Odessa Arts, Connection Church, and area businesses. And community members can pick up their free flags and go out to Memorial Gardens and place a flag in remembrance, maybe of a friend, maybe a family member. And also, the 7 lives that were lost will have bigger flags put up with their names on them, just as a way to remember. Citizens and businesses are encouraged to place yellow ribbons on their doors. The Chamber, who has been doing a great By the Basin promotion, is actually giving up one of their digital boards to spread the message of remembrance. The Chamber, at 3 p.m. on 8/31, which is a Sunday, the community is encouraged to observe 32 seconds of silence and silence for the victims. Also, the Combination Ministerial Alliance is hosting a drive-in prayer vigil at Connections Church at 8 on the 8/31 at 8 p.m. And this is a socially distanced event with masks. My understanding, it's going to be people are going to be able to remain in your car and pray that way. Various buildings and art will either be lit with yellow or blue for the first responders. That includes the Spire, also the Ector Theater, and many other buildings. And the design and the artist for the 8/31 art piece will be announced to the public. There has been an effort going on behind the scenes. This is one that involves the families of those that were lost, but also I'm included and a few other people have gone out looking for an art piece to be able to put at Memorial Gardens to honor those that we lost, honor those that were injured, and honor our first responders. And so that has been going on. It was basically, we had well over 100 artists submit art just to show you what they could do. Now we are down to the final three. We have received those final three. They will be sent out to choose which piece of art will be built. I wished we could have it in place August 31st, but with the timetable, it just wasn't possible. So we are going to reveal the piece of art and the artist on 8/31 to let everyone notice. A fabulous group, the Odessa Quilters Club, is delivering a handcrafted quilt to the family and first responders. So it's going to be tough. I'll be honest with you. I still get emotional when I think about it, but it's a time of healing. It's time to continue to come together like we always have. West Texans are strong. We're independent, but we're also there when people need us. And I know a lot of people will have difficulties. If you are having trouble dealing with COVID or dealing with August 31st, there is something in place called the Resiliency Center. It was opened in March. This is money that we received from the state that allows you to go seek counseling, to talk to people, and it was put in place just for a service for this. Unfortunately, we needed it when we had the shooting. But with COVID, not a lot of people have heard about it because they opened in March and that's when COVID hit. But it is a Resiliency Center. You can ask. The City Hall will be happy to get you the phone numbers and everything you need to do to get plugged in. But these are some of the things that you will see coming up in the next few weeks. We are changing the press conferences. We have been going Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but now Medical Center we have decided that we're going to have a press conference on Mondays and Thursdays, just because the numbers are better. So I will keep you up to date on that. So God bless each and every one of you. Please be in prayer for all of those who lost family or family members in the 8/31, because it's going to be a hard month for them. But just as West Texans always do, we'll get through it and move on and be stronger. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.